Welcome back to These Things Are Written on this Tuesday. Again, glad you're joining us. I am teaching you from my home today. Hopefully this is the last day of my quarantine, although I record these a couple days in advance, so you'll probably get a couple more of me with this blank wall behind me. Who knows? Maybe I'll do the rest of them here because I like recording at home a little bit better. We're going to continue with Proverbs chapter 1, beginning with verse 8. Remember, we heard the introduction from verse 7 yesterday. The overriding theme of all of it, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Our knowledge is found in Him. Fools despise wisdom, and instruction fools despise the Lord as well. Let's start with verse 8. We're going to go through this a few verses at a time, and I'm going to leave them up a little bit longer as I talk about them so that you can see and understand what I'm talking about as I talk. I'd rather you look at the word than at me anyway. Beginning with verse 8. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching. Here we see parallelism, right? Heed your parents' word, your father's instruction, forsake not. In other words, that would be heeding, right? Your mother's teaching. Again, the parallelism calling on them to trust in your parents. Verse 9 gives the reason. For they are a graceful garland for your head and pendants for your neck. Okay, that doesn't really make sense to us. The garland, especially in Greek times, so New Testament might be shown as the victor's wreath, but really this is just shown that it is beauty that is upon them. Obedience of our parents is how God shows His beauty among us, makes us beautiful before Him, before them, as we obey God's word to honor our parents, right? Let's continue with verse 10. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. Here is the main teaching of this part. Do not follow sinners. Their words that they speak might seem to be beautiful, but yet they are there for a purpose, to lead us astray. See, us parents are called to teach our children, to raise them up in the word of the Lord, to teach them what is right and wrong. Why? So that they know better than us, so that hopefully they won't make the same mistakes as we do, so that they will trust in the Lord with all their heart, so they will understand the beginning of knowledge that is found in the fear of the Lord. Let's continue now with verse 11. If they say, and they being the sinners, if they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason, like Sheol, let us swallow them alive and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. I'm going to stop there, verse 14. The temptations to do evil are shown here. One of the big pressures is the gain of possessions, the gain of wealth, maybe even the gain of honor that others might see that we have. The other part that I think comes in here for us parents is peer pressure. Our friends, the friends of our children, leading them or leading us astray. We know what's right, but yet we do the opposite. Verses 15 and 16. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Don't do it. Don't give in to them, because do not walk in their way, because they are running to evil. If you follow them, you will do the same, and they are quick to shed blood. Again, the call not to follow in their steps. Verses 17 through 19. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. I love the little parable, you could say there, or Proverbs, right? For in vain a net is spread in the sight of any bird. In other words, you don't set your trap for the things that you're trying to trap because they will see it. In fact, if you're trapping animals, you want to make sure you get rid of even your scent so they don't smell it, to cover it up, right? But these men, it says, lie in wait for their own blood. They're setting a trap for themselves, for their own very lives, following evil, searching after easy money will lead to their death. Don't, my sons, don't follow in this direction. Don't follow after earthly gain. That is foolishness. Follow after the wisdom of the Lord. Well, come back tomorrow, I should say, and we will look at the rest of this chapter where we get an introduction to wisdom personified. I hope to see you then. God bless.